The transfer window is hotting up already. Declan Rice news flying out like crazy as he's being linked heavily with a move to Arsenal. And apparently, we have rejected their first bid, which has been described by an inside source in the club as embarrassing. So, we're going to get into the structure of that deal, what that is, and the fact that Man City are looming when it comes to this offer. Obviously, look, I wish I wasn't having to make these videos and Rice was staying, but here we are. Touch on a bit about what West Ham are doing, but I don't think we're going to do much until Rice is sold. It feels like we're in a sell to buy situation. No real movement, no offers in, just loads of names linked. But yeah, apparently, so according to multiple journalists, including Fabrizio Romano, ex-employee, all of these sources, that Arsenal offered an 80 million deal. So some sources are reporting that it was 80 million plus 90 million in bonuses. I've seen recently that it was 60 million paid over a longer period than what we wanted, and then an additional 20 to 30 million in bonuses on contingencies such as Arsenal winning the league or Champions League, which were, though, that was what was described as embarrassing. So Arsenal wants to pay this price, but yeah, we're happy to pay an extra 20-30 million if we win the league, win the Champions League. That don't work for us. It's not up to us whether you win the league or Champions League. That's out of our hands. West Ham have stated, apparently, according to Sky Sports, I have to say, apparently, this is no one really knows anything, right? Even all this, because we've been hearing, oh, Rice to Arsenal, done deal, Rice to Arsenal, done deal, like for ages, right? They've all been reporting it. Now it's like, oh, bid rejected. And so, you have to take everything with a grain of salt. But no smoke without fire. So yeah, according to Sky Sports, we are staying firm in the fact that we value Rice at 120 million or 100 million pounds plus a player. So that's going to be the interesting thing for us because, and we want quite a large portion of the money up front. So are Arsenal going to go? They're about to come in with a second bid. Are they going to go from that embarrassingly low bid to the bid that we want tomorrow? I'd be very surprised. It seems like it's going to be drawn out. They're going to do another bid. That's going to be less than we want. And then we'll reject that. And Man City are about to come in. And sources report that they're coming in with a bid that will blow Arsenal's bid out of the water, is what's being reported. Now, a lot of people are saying, like mainly Arsenal fans, why would he go to Man City to sit on their bench? I think that's the best possible move for him. A lot of players go to Man City in their first season. They don't necessarily just hit the ground running. They're not stars. Jack Grealish, Nathan Ake, John Stones didn't have, massively, glorious starts to their Man City careers. But you know what? Over time, they adapted to the way Pep wanted to play. Pep made them better. Pep took a Bournemouth centre-back and has made him into a world-class fullback. John Stones, he was pretty good at Everton, struggled initially at Man City. Now he's even playing midfield. Like, he's world-class now. That's what happens. Like, if I'm Declan Rice, I'm not caring that, I have to be a regular starter in the team every season every game from day one. Because you look at it and go, what can Pep Guardiola do to my career? How can he improve me as a footballer? Because by the end of the year, by next season, Rice will go on to a whole nother level. And people talking about where he can play. Obviously, Rodri's a bit more holding. But some people put question marks over Rice's ability going forward. I don't. He's played next to flipping Souček, who can't progress the ball at all. And he's had to pick up a lot of the slack. And we know he can drive with the ball. We know he can pass. But those attributes, Pep Guardiola is only going to improve. He's only going to improve them. And there's also the possibility of Pep Guardiola being able to, like he's done with other players, go, do you know what? Actually, yeah, you're a defensive midfielder. I'm gonna actually develop you, and put you into centre back, right? Or put you into, more of a attacking midfielder or a box to box. Like, there's so many possibilities of what Pep Guardiola can do with Rice. It's a no-brainer of a move. He's the best coach, the best manager in world football. Why would you not want to play for him? So we'll see. Like, West Ham obviously want a bidding war. We obviously want Man City to come in. Man United would come in. They're still dealing with their transfer situation. It seems like Chelsea are going to get Caicedo, so I don't think that we're going to really see them come in for Rice, and maybe Bayern will come out with an offer. But do you know what? I've got to give credit to the club, because I was quite annoyed that we seem to be quite weak in this again. We're like, all the reports led to it that we're going to roll over. We're just going to accept Arsenal's offer, for early doors. But we want that bidding war. And if we hold out for 120 million or 100 million plus, say Calvin Phillips, we've done well there. We've done really well. And I'll be proud of how we've handled that, because that'll be phenomenal. And if we are trying to get most of it like up front as well, it's going to do wonders for us. So West Ham, do not back down. Just hold firm in what you want, because it's early doors. You give clubs a chance to come in and battle it out, and someone will pay it. Someone will give us what we want. I have no doubt in my mind. And Calvin Phillips, yes, he's had injury problems, but hopefully he's over those. And listen, 100 million plus Calvin Phillips, I would take that all day long. So let's see what happens. We're going to monitor the situation. And yeah, I mean, apart from that, Harvey Barnes, it seems like West Ham are looking to bid soon. Again, I hate all of this. We're monitoring this. Like, apparently we're monitoring James Maddison. Why monitor it? You know that, like, if Newcastle come in for him, he's going to take Champions League football. So why not try and, get an early march on the transfer before they get a chance to come in and offer them what they want? Because that'd be an incredible transfer. Harvey Barnes, if you want these players, get the bids in. Paulina from Fulham. These are top class players. We need to get a move on and do our business early. Look, there's no doubt in my mind we're going to get what we want for Rice. So let's not wait to sell Rice before we bid. In fact, once we get that money for Rice, then clubs all around the league, around the world know, oh shit, they've just got 100 plus million for Declan Rice. And this is the new price now. So, let's just do the business now. We know we're going to get some transfer fees in. We should be able to afford some players. So yeah, I mean, look, I'm going to keep you updated on the Rice situation. We're gonna all be sick of it, and it'll be a relief when he's gone. To be honest, as much as I love him, and I can't wait until we can just move on from the Rice saga, because we've been dealing with this every season, every transfer window. Oh, Rice to this club, Rice to that club. Where's Rice going to go? Is Rice going to leave this season? Oh, he stays. Oh, he's going to leave next season. Doesn't leave next season. Like, it's been long and tiresome, but the light's at the end of the tunnel. As long as we get a good fee for him, then I'm happy to move on from it. But hopefully now we can start looking at what we're bringing in. Looks like we're getting, like I said on the reaction to the fixtures, looks like we could be getting this Tim Steidten in for the director of football. If he's someone who's got an excellent track record with players at Bayer Leverkusen, identified Xavi Alonso as a manager, like top quality player, someone that looks at players that can fit the profile of the way the team wants to play and Moyes, and we're not going to have any more of these square pegs, round holes. He can look at it and go, okay, if Moyes sits there and says, because look, we like it or not, Moyes is a manager next season, in my opinion. Doesn't look like he's walking away. So if Moyes says, yeah, do you know what? The counter-attacking football works for us. We're going to stick with that. He goes and then scouts, identifies players that fit that way of playing. If he goes, do you know what? I believe we can make this possession-based style work. Help me bring in the players that we really need to play that system. Then he goes, identifies, brings in. I don't just want to sign names, like we get, we want Premier League proven players, and we just sign players that, they did well at their clubs, they were good at their clubs, and we just go and cherry pick some players. And then when you look at it, they don't all fit one cohesive system and style of play. So that's when you get this director of football in ASAP. That could be what's holding up some of our transfer dealings when it comes to incomings as well. Get that over the line, and let's get some bloody players in early. Let them have a pre-season, so then we're not again playing catch up. And yeah, let's just have a bloody great season. Another great European campaign. We deserve it. Kick on, maybe win another bloody trophy. So yeah, stay tuned to the channel. End of season review coming up. Lots of transfer news. One thing left to say. Come on, you Irons.